Hi friends, welcome back to the Goose and Ghost Knitting Podcast. My name is Ashley and I am the maker and designer behind Goose and Ghost Knits. I'm coming to you today, you can find me on Instagram as Goose and Ghost Knits and on Ravelry as Goose and Ghost. And I'm coming to you today as I am almost every other day from sunny Cle Elum, Washington in the middle of the Cascade Mountains. And we got a lot going on today, you guys. I got a lot to talk about. I don't have that much to talk about. I only have 3 projects to show you today. And some general announcements. We'll see how this episode goes. I'm not anticipating it being very long, and I'm hoping it's not very long because I've got stuff to do today. But I've got my little Starbucks drink here. I got a grande passion tea lemonade, and normally I use a pump of raspberry for my sweetener, but I guess Starbucks recently decided to get rid of raspberry syrup, so the barista suggested putting strawberry puree in, so I tried it. I don't like the pulpiness of it, but I like the taste. The strawberry is pretty good with it. I don't know, I may have to change up my summer drink, but it is non-caffeinated for anybody who's looking for a little caffeine-free option at Starbucks. So I've got my drink, I've got my notes, which I actually made notes today. I haven't for the last couple weeks. And we can just jump right in. I'm not wearing any makes today. I'm actually wearing a Haunted Mansion shirt. I'm not going to see the movie quite yet, but I have 7 Haunted Mansion shirts in my closet. But we got back from a boat race today, which is why I'm not wearing any makes. I'm just wearing a big oversized t-shirt. So I had a lot of stuff to do today, so I wasn't going to bother too much. I put on a little bit of makeup for y'all, though. I didn't think that you wanted to see all of my tired, acne-covered face today, so I dressed up a little bit. I didn't bother with my hair, though, so it's fine. It's fine. Let's get started with the makes, okay? We'll actually start with some announcements. I've been talking about this over the last couple weeks, but project bags are now available. I have been making them furiously over the last couple weeks. I've got a couple to show you in 3 different sizes, but this is my biggest size. And I actually put the pattern upside down on this one accidentally, so I kept it for myself. And all of these fabrics I designed myself, and they're all hand drawn by me and then printed on really high quality cotton. So this is my biggest size. The next biggest one is my medium. Right here, it's got these really pretty bright pink petunias on it. And I know y'all have heard me tell you before, I'm not a pink person, but this one I feel good about. I love this. It's very cheerful, it's very fun. So this is my medium size. The small size of this fabric is already sold out. So I've got medium and large left in this one. And then in my small size, I'll show you another one of the knitting notions. This one is the perfect size for one skein projects, maybe 1.5, socks, whatever. But I have another one to show you in the small size because I thought it was so cute. So y'all, I showed y'all before that I did a knitting fabric and a crochet fabric. I had decided to change up the crochet fabric for my own bags, so I did a limited run of the crochet fabrics. They've already sold out, but I had just enough of the fabric left to do a bag that's crochet on one side and knitting on the other side. So I have one left of these ones, and I think you should go check it out because I think it's really cute. Just like that. So, project bags are now available. I'll have my Etsy shop linked down below where you can pick them up. I do offer international shipping. And the other thing that I put up, I'll put up the little graphic for it here, is we're going to do an advent calendar for project bags. So it'll be for 4 project bags throughout the month of December, 1 for each Sunday leading up till Christmas. And then they're all going to be surprise, they're all going to be mystery. And then on Christmas Day, there'll be something extra fun to open up as well. So those will be linked down below. I also have the option in it to do just the last bag and the Christmas Day surprise. So I really hope that you guys check it out. I'm really, really, really excited about it. I had some interest when I first pitched the idea, and now like there's less interest. There's less people who are excited about it or like talking about it. So I really want it to blow up because I really love the fabrics that I designed for it. And they're all 4 of the bags are based off of one of my mom's favorite things for the holidays. Around here, we call her the Christmas Queen. She loves a Hallmark movie. She loves Christmas. So when I started saying, like, I'm thinking about doing this, she was like, well, you could do this and this and this and this. And I was like, okay, Mom, we're just going to go use your ideas and base it off of Mom's Christmas. So that's the theme. And hi. She just came to say hi. So that is now available for purchase as well. I'm anticipating keeping pre-orders open either until my capacity sells out or until October 1st. Whichever one happens first. Ideally, capacity selling out would be great. But please sell it out. But project bags are now available, linked down below, or you can search my Etsy shop is ashleygrace_art. And now let's move on to the knitting. I don't actually have any sewing to show you today. It's just knitting, which is probably just fine. I actually have been sewing a lot lately, but not on like anything of note. It's all been project bags or items to sell. I did a limited run of boat racing fanny packs and tote bags, and I sold out of all of them, so I have to make a bunch more for the boat race this weekend, and it's been nuts. So no fun sewing today to show you, just knitting. And I literally just had my FO to show you, and now I can't find it. Yeah, I couldn't find it because it blended in with my whips. I have been a creature of habit lately, and everything's green. Green is my favorite color, but it's like all green right now. So it is what it is. So FO. Here's my FO. I signed up for TestKnit. I haven't for a little bit, but I was really craving the like community aspect of working on a TestKnit. And Jamie Lomax, who is Pacific Knit Co., put out a TestKnit call for the Seattle Doodle Cowl. If you don't know, Cle Elum is about an hour and a half outside of Seattle. Before I moved to Cle Elum just recently in May, I lived in Seattle in Seattle itself for a year and a half, and I've lived in the Seattle area my entire life. So it's my home. So of course I had to throw my name in for the application, and she picked me. So this was the Seattle Doodle Cowl. I finished it in 6 days. And if you've never knit one of Jamie's doodle patterns, she gives you instructions on here's how many stitches you cast on, here's how you do the ribbing, yada yada yada. You can do it infinity or single style. And then she gives you, like, there's 25 or 30, there's a lot of charts, like little 6, 7 rows to 25 rows charts, and you can combine and mix and match what charts you want to make the cowl or whatever pattern that you're working on custom to you. And it's completely custom. It's really fun. So it's really fun to sit there and like pick out which chart you're going to put together. So here is my finished Seattle Doodle cowl. And I said finished, it's not blocked. It's finished. It needs to go, as soon as I'm done, it's going to go block. But I needed to show you before I got it on the blocking mats. So I only did 3 charts, and I did it with just 2 colors. There are some people in the test knit group who did like all of the charts and a different color combination for every single one. I wanted this one to be just a little bit more classic. So I just went with 2 colors. And we started at the bottom. I did a row of trees, and then we moved up, and we've got, of course, it wouldn't be Seattle without the Space Needle. And then we've got the mountains. I've been telling people it's Mount Rainier, but it's really beautiful. I'm a really big fan of it. I think she did such a good job coming up with all of the different charts. I think it's so cute. And I'll absolutely be wearing it this winter, fall. I say winter more so because here, you want to see my floats? My floats are real pretty. Here are my floats. And my stray yarn. Here. I really want to get a piece of fleece fabric and sew it to the inside, so it's going to be like double warm, because we've got the 2 layers from Knitting Colorwork, and then I want to put a layer of fleece fabric on the inside too. So that'll be really cute. I'm not going to do it yet because I don't have a fabric budget right now. I say that, but give me a second. Let me show you what I bought this morning. But let's talk about my 2 yarns that I used. The white is Knit Picks Hawthorne DK Bear. So I think that at some point they used to sell regular Hawthorne in all the different colors, but now they only sell it bare. And I was going to use food coloring to dye this so that I could have a DK weight sock yarn. But I saw it sitting in my stash, and I have a limited amount of DK yarn, and I really wanted to make this out of stash yarn. And I thought that it was great and it would work well with anything that I chose for a contrast color. And the contrast color that I chose was this guy right here. And you can kind of see, like, if I move it around, it has sparkles in it. So this is Trendsetter Yarns Icon. It is 36% alpaca, 35% polyamide, 15% silk, and 14% cotton. And it does have sequins throughout it. It is a fuzzy yarn. Like, it's got a strand, and then there's yarn fibers blown through that strand with the sequins too. So it's a really pretty yarn. I didn't love working with it. So, oh, and this color's in 116. I didn't like working on it. It was very sticky and it didn't feel great on my hands. So it comes in 50-gram balls. I didn't end up using an entire 50-gram ball, and I have another whole one left. I don't know if I'm going to use this. I might give it to somebody or put it in my donate pile. I didn't like it. But I think the end product is really pretty, and I think it's going to feel like it feels really nice. These sparkles don't show up as much as I thought they would. Like You can see it in the ribbing if I do that. I don't think you can see it at all anywhere else unless you're looking at it in person, which is a little bit disappointing because I saw the sparkle and I was like, that's so fun. That's so different. Like putting sparkles in knitting, absolutely fun. And I'm a little bit sad that it didn't show up as much as I thought it would. And maybe if I used it for just a regular stockinette project, it would show up more. Because it does show up pretty good on the ribbing, but I'm a little bit sad it didn't show up elsewhere as much. So, this is coming out on Friday. What is Friday? August 4th, I think. Yeah, August 4th. For Flock Fiber Festival. I'm so excited. I'm going on Saturday. And so Jamie's coming out with this pattern for Flock. It's going to be epic. It's going to be so cool. Definitely check out Jamie Lomax and all of the other testers. This is not going to be my last Seattle Doodle cowl. I have come up with a bunch of ideas for an infinity version with like all of my favorite things about Seattle. So I will be like drawing some of my own doodles. I'm going to do a hydroplane, I'm going to do some kraken, I'll probably do like the skyline. I have some plans. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited for it. I have to work on some other projects first before I can manage dealing with doodling all my ideas out. But let's move on to whips. I have 2 whips. That's it. One is a half finished object and one is actually zooming by. So we'll start with the half finished object. Cause I've got opinions. I gotta get my sock blocker for it. So a couple weeks ago, Nitty Natty did Sock Week. The knit along she does every single year. And this doesn't fit on my sock blocker because the sock is for my mom and my mom has a lot bigger feet than I do. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. It's fine. I'm not that worried about it. And my friend Emily, who's Crochet Creations, put out 2 patterns in collaboration for Sock Week. Like it was an official Sock Week sock pattern. And it was the same pattern, but one was in crochet and one was knit, which is so exciting that she was able to figure out how to do it for both mediums. That's really exciting. So go Emily. Check her out. She has a podcast here on YouTube. I highly recommend it. I love watching her videos. She's called Crochet Creations on here and on Instagram. And so I decided to knit the Shark Bite Socks knit version. And so here it is. You can see, like, here's the... It totally fits on my sock blocker. It's fine. So can you see? There you go. Now you can see like what makes it a little bit more exciting. It has these rows of shark teeth. It's really cute. My mom saw them and was like, I love them. Please make me some. Please, please, please. So I gave her the main skein and my box of scraps and minis and said, here, pick whatever you want to go with it. So she picked, well, the main skein that I picked was this one right here. It's like purpley kind of color. It kind of reminds me of like blue ink, like ballpoint pen ink. It's a little bit more purpley. It's very pretty. It's from Yarnaceous, because when do I ever knit with something that's not Yarnaceous? It's her Salta fingering base, which is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. It's in the color Raptor Hands. And I just got this from a mystery box a couple years ago. And the mini that she chose is something that I've actually used for 3 pairs of socks so far. This is what I have left of it now after 3 pairs of socks. Actually, well, 2.5. I've only finished one of these socks, one of the Shark Bite socks. This is McMullen Fiber Co.'s Desert Rose. Super pretty. Like, this is my kind of pink. Love it. So, those are the yarns. And here's where my opinions come in. This looks so messy. I promise it's not that messy. It just really does not fit on the sock blocker. Here's where my opinions come in. Emily did such a great job with the pattern. It is detailed to a T. This was my first time knitting toe-up socks. I personally didn't enjoy the process of knitting toe-up socks. That's why I still only have one sock. Just the process of the toe and trying to figure out where the heel would go. I have it figured out so well on cuff down socks. It was so frustrating for me to try and figure out where everything goes on a toe up sock when I have my process down for a cuff down sock. And I was just like, I know what should be happening and this is not what's happening. And it was so frustrating for me. I felt really gratified at the end of it that, like, I did it. I learned something new. I tried something new, and there's a beautiful process, project, product. All 3 of those words were going through my mind. There's a beautiful product at the end of it. I am having second sock syndrome now because the process was so new and frustrating that nothing that I knew should be happening was happening. So my hope is that after the boat race this weekend, after flock, I sit down and I knit the second sock. And now that I've done the first one, I just need to copy the first one to the second. So I want to finish it. I want to give it to my mom. She's really excited to have them. And we'll try again. I think the next time I try a toe-up sock, I'll do a vanilla just so I can, like, really feel out the process. And it was really my mistake too to do a toe-up sock, my first toe-up sock, for somebody else, so that I couldn't try it on myself and, like, feel it out. So, but this pattern is so well written that it is perfect for somebody who's never done a toe-up sock before. Emily writes her patterns with so much care and attention to detail that it's fantastic for people who are just learning anything. This is the second pattern that I've knit from her. I actually test knit a sock pattern for her before. Her Granny Knocks Your Socks Off pattern, I test knit for her, and I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. And just in general, I really enjoy Emily's content and interacting with Emily. So go check out the Shark Bite socks, and maybe by the next episode I'll have started the second sock at least. At the very least, I will have started the second sock. At the very least. The last project that I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to put some needle stoppers on the end. These ones are just some cute little daisies, but I can totally see myself moving things around and all of my stitches coming off the needle. Last one that I have to show you today. I am so proud of how much progress I have gotten done on this. This is my Miserina tee. And I'm just moving around some pieces of yarn so that it doesn't look so messy when I hold it up. Tuck in the cast on edge. So this is my Miserina. Oh my god! I'm in love. I'm so happy with this. It looks so good. So good. So this is my shirt that I'm making to wear to flock on Saturday. Today is Monday. We are coming in under the wire. But on the last episode, I was only right here. So I've done all of this in 2 weeks. Not even that. I separated for sleeves on Friday. It's Monday. I separated for sleeves on Friday and I have gotten, like, do you see that? This much done. Girl, what? And I was at a boat race all weekend. But I thought it would be fun for me to like mark out and figure out how much knitting I did every day at the boat race while I'm working. Like, I was working a whole ass job at the boat race. So from here to here was Saturday. No. Yes, that was Saturday. There is Saturday. From here to there is Sunday. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. Here to here is what I did on Friday. Here to here is what I did on Saturday. And from the purple marker to the pink marker is what I did on Sunday, and the pink marker is what I've done so far today on the drive home. It was about a 2-hour drive home from the race. I'm at about almost 7 inches. She recommends in the pattern to go to 7 inches. I will be knitting longer than that. I will be knitting to 8 at the very least, and then I'll try it on and decide. And then after the knitting, the straight body knitting is done, then there's an inch of ribbing. So this is where we're at right now. It is curling up. And then you can kind of see, you absolutely can see that the yarn is pooling in kind of stripies, helically. I am knitting helically right now with 2 skeins of yarn. And this is the first time that I've helical knit before. I'm going to say the process is frustrating, the fact that I am out and about of the house and trying to knit with 2 skeins of yarn attached to the project. But I do like it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of annoying to have two yarns. 2 yarns out there. And even with there being 2 skeins of yarn, they're kind of pooling, each skein of yarn is pooling almost in the same spot, which I thought was so funny. So I don't mind it. Like, if I hold it up like this, it doesn't look bad at all. The other thing to note for this is that the Miserina is by Caitlin Hunter, by the way. Did I mention that? The Miserina is by Caitlin Hunter. The Miserina is written with a textured body. There's 2 different options for it. I did decide that since I knit most of it out of the house and at a boat race where I had my concentration in 7 different directions, not to knit the textured body, and I'm just knitting it stockinette. I'm not mad about it either. Like, I think it still looks great. It's gonna have a great finished object look. It's gonna fit into my wardrobe so well. It's cute, okay? So let's talk about the yarns real quick. The contrast color in the colorwork is pretty light bluey green. This is Knit Picks Stroll Tonal in the color Eucalyptus, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. Y'all know I'm a big Knit Picks fan. I love Knit Picks. And I love this yarn. I actually have one more full skein of this, 100-gram skein of this. I'm excited to use it at some point soon. The main color is these two right here. This is Sorella Yarns Nylon Sock, which is in 80/20, I believe. And it's an oopsie. They're both oopsies. I suspect that it's Ivy from the Taylor Swift collection from 2 years ago. Just gorgeous green. Absolutely adore it. What can I say? But the exciting part is I didn't even realize it. Like, while they're in the balls, it doesn't look like there's as much variation as there is. But this color pops up almost perfectly in these little stripies. Like, it is almost exact. And I just thought that these two, like this dark green and the minty green, I just thought they looked good together. But it's kind of exciting to see it like match so well together. So I'm a really big fan. It made me I was really excited to work on this. I've been really excited to work on the color work part of it, where it's the color work, it's lace, which is so cute, and then color work and cables, which I don't really ever see patterns that have all three of them together. So I'm just gonna sit here and absolutely gush about this pattern. I'm obsessed. I'm knitting it in the size 4, and I actually did block my yoke before splitting for sleeves. That's the first time that I've blocked a work in progress in the middle of it, but I really needed to make sure that it was going to fit, because while it was unblocked, it was like all scrunched up, and it wasn't going to make it past my underarms. Like, it was right there. But when I blocked it and then tried on the blocked, perfect. There was about 2 inches then. It grew a lot. It grew the way that I wanted to. The color work wasn't all scrunched up anymore. The lace bloomed beautifully. Like, you can really see the lace now. You couldn't see it before. I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I did. And I'm just going to keep knitting on this because I have to wear it on Saturday to flock, and I would really like to be able to block the sleeves and body before I wear it to flock. So, and I've got to work this week a bunch too. So it'll be great. It'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm actually not worried about it at all, because I got so much more done this weekend than I thought I was going to be able to. So it's great. So I have got one acquisition to show you, and I told you in the last episode that I wouldn't have any acquisitions to show you until I went to flock, but it's just a little one. It's not even yarn. It's fabric. It's not even yarn. Okay? And I only spent like $4 on it. Maybe $4.50, $4.75, something like that. So, told you I'm a Haunted Mansion fan. Love the Haunted Mansion. I had to go to Joann this morning because the small town that I live in does not have a Joann for at least an hour drive away. And the place where we had the race this weekend had a big one. So I needed to go pick up some stuff for project bags. And so we went in, and oh my god, this Joann was beautiful. It was huge, and it was like one of the newly renovated ones, so it had, like, everything was laid out so nicely. I wish that I had time to go and wander through. I had a time frame that we needed to get out of there through, but one of the things on the end cap that I saw right away while I was walking to what I needed to get was the Halloween fabric was out, and there was a little end cap that had, like the normal Halloween fabrics, and then there was the licensed Halloween fabrics, so I stopped with the licensed Halloween fabrics. and they had the Haunted Mansion fabric. So yeah, of course I bought some. They actually had 2 of the Haunted Mansion fabrics. So I got this one. I only got half a yard of it, but that's okay. I only wanted half a yard of it. And the reason why I didn't buy the other one, even though I want the other one more, is because when you order fabric off of the Joann's website, you have a 2-yard minimum. And I only wanted half a yard of this one, but I want like 3 yards of the other one because I'm gonna make overalls of the other one. But I love it. We've got Leota and the Hitchhiking Ghosts and Constance Hatchaway. What else is on here? The Changing Portraits. We've got a Butler and a Maid. And we've got Leota's Gravestone too. And of course the 13-hour clock. So I had to buy it. It was only half a yard, so I only spent like $4.75 on it, so it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not interfering with my budget. It was $5. That's how I'm justifying it to myself. But Colin told me it was okay to buy it. He told me he was encouraging me to buy it. He said, "I know it's going to make you happy, Ashley. Therefore, I think you should buy it." What kind of man? Anyways, it made me happy that he thought I should buy it. So, that's all I've got there. So, I talked to you about project bags now available. I talked about all of my FOs and my whips and my acquisitions. And then I'm going to Flock on Saturday. I've been searching. I'm coming up with a list. It's going to be a limited list, but I'm trying to make a list of what I want to buy for Flock. And so far, I have 3 things on that list. Just from like things that I've seen people saying that they're coming out with for Flock, or projects that I want to work on over the winter. The first is Sorella. I'm a big fan of Sorella. They announced this morning that they're going to be doing this thing where they're bringing 60 different colors of mini skeins, and you can sit there with them and make a customized palette from those mini skeins, and that's like what you get to bring home with you and purchase from them. So I really want to do that, and I actually have an idea of like what I want to make with it, and a design maybe coming with mini skeins, but the option of doing I have ideas, and I'm really excited for it, so stay tuned. The second thing that I want is my friend Monica and Monica, I'm not going with her, but like we're meeting up and we're probably going to walk around together, which I guess that's kind of going with her. But we both said that we really want to make a boucle sweater this winter. So I want to get some boucle yarn. I saw Explorer Knits and Fibers is bringing the Seattle collection that they did last year, or earlier this year, I think earlier this year. They're bringing parts of the Seattle collection, and there's a couple colors that I thought were so beautiful from the Seattle collection, and that they're bringing boucle, DK. There's a couple other dyers that I know are bringing DK, boucle. I think Yarnaceous is bringing some. Anyways, I'm really excited to meet Maggie finally. So excited to meet her. But I want to buy a sweater's quantity of boucle to make, I think, probably the port sweater by Ozetta. I keep seeing people wearing it in boucle, and it just looks so cozy, so comforting, like the ultimate winter cuddly sweater. So sweater quantity of boucle. And then the last thing is actually one specific skein of yarn that I want to pick up, and that is Bigfoot Yarn Co. is bringing her Scarecrow yarn color. I want one. I want to make socks with it. I want one. It's beautiful. It's all of my favorite colors. It's that orange, it's that dark, moody, dusty green. I want it. Those are my 3 things right now. I know that I also really want to get maybe a spin cycle for the first time. I was really hoping to look for yarn to make an Alpine Bloom from Caitlin Hunter, but I also don't want to make my list so super long. Don't want to buy a million things. I am still on a budget, but my budget may be expanding here soon. Keep your fingers crossed for me. An opportunity may be landing on my lap very soon that will improve my financial situation a lot, and improve at the same time that I may be landing in an opportunity. My fiance is also being presented with an opportunity. So keep your fingers crossed for us. Keep us in your prayers that our opportunities come to fruition. So that's what's going on right now. Life stuff, boat racing went really well and really bad this weekend. Really well because we came into the weekend in first place in national high points by 1 point. 1 single point. How exciting is that? We've never done that before. We've always been, up until this year, a middle to lower of the pack team. We aren't given a lot of funding, so we're kind of just, we gotta do what we gotta do with what we have. This year some things changed, and a lot of work and dedication went into building things in the off season, and we're suddenly really good, which is exciting and new and fun. Turns out boat racing is fun when you're competitive. So we came in first place, and throughout Friday and Saturday we went back and forth with another team trading points, and we ended up winning a heat, which means that in all of the races this year we've won a heat, and we've never done that before, which is really exciting. And then Sunday morning we got disqualified from one of our heats, which it sucked. It was really emotionally and so it was a learning curve from having better equipment. We're not used to it. And the disqualification wasn't a big deal. It was very close to being legal, but one of the rule got broken, and sometimes with machinery you can't quite control it as well as you can, as you want to. So it is what it is. We'll move forward, and we moved forward right into the final. I'll preface this with saying that we have never won a final heat before with this team. This group, with the team that my parents own, we've never won a final heat. With this group of teammates, the last time we won a final heat was 2008. It's been a while. So, heat starts, everybody who's in the heat, the final is obviously a really good boat. Heat starts, we watch the boats go by. Over the referee's radio, it comes out that 3 boats jumped the gun. Suddenly, we were going from running in 4th place on the water to running in 2nd place on the water, and we all thought that the boat that was running in 1st place had broken a rule too. We thought we were running in 1st place. I was sobbing. So a normal heat is 3 laps. The final heat is 5 laps. We get to lap 3.5 of us thinking we're in 1st place, really in 2nd place. pulling away hard from the boat that we're competing with for second and third. Like, we were really far ahead of them, and something in the boat breaks, and we ended up not finishing. So I go from sobbing because I thought that we were going to win for the first time ever, to sobbing because we were so close and we lost it. So, boat racing really truly is the highs and the lows. And it was a high and low weekend, and I'm happy to be back at home and in my own bed for a couple days, and on we go. That's all we can do. Have a little cry, realize the situation sucks, and then move on with it and figure out how to make it better. And that's what we've been doing. So, I had a little cry. We all had a little cry, really. We weren't a really happy bunch at that time, but it'll be fine. We got things to look forward to this weekend. I'm really looking forward to Flock this weekend. I'm actually leaving the boat race on Saturday to go to Flock, which I don't do that. I've never done that before, but I wanted to, so I'm going to Flock instead. So, but I'll be at the boat race the rest of the weekend, just not on Saturday, because I'm going to Flock. Can you tell I'm excited? Is what it is. Anyways, goals for this week? No, I'm not making any. There's too many things going on. The goal for the week is to finish this. And to not finish this and not blow my budget at Flock. Those are my goals. And I feel like those are really good goals. Also, to have fun at Flock. Those feel like really good goals to me. So, leave a comment down below. Tell me what your goals are for the next 2 weeks. If you're going to Flock, I would love to meet up with you. I'm going to be there on Saturday. If you're going to Seafair, I would also love to meet up with you. I'll be in the U11 pit all weekend, except for Saturday, because I'll be at Flock. If you're going to Flock, if you're going to any yarn festival in the next couple months, tell me down below what's on your wish list. Like, what are you looking to buy? Influence me? Influence me? Maybe? Good idea? Bad idea? Don't know. Influence me. Leave me a comment down below. But I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Bye, friends.